Hey, welcome to Satisfy Personal Finance. Today we're going to talk about what you should do before the GST eventually increases. Now it's 2022 and our dearest Prime Minister Lee decided to wish us Happy New Year by announcing that the GST hike will move as announced before. Right, so before this 2% point increase in GST, what are some of the things that we can do to save us some money? Now it goes without saying that you should buy your big ticket items before the GST increase. While it may seem obvious to say it, what's not so obvious is actually there are a lot of things that I didn't think about until I actually sat down and brainstormed with a bunch of friends. So here are some of the suggested items that we have come up with, and the first would be to buy furniture if you are looking to do a home makeover or to upgrade your work from home experience. Right, so furniture obviously can be quite pricey and the GST can add up to a lot. Right, so if you have intention of actually renovating or changing your home interior, right, furniture is an obvious choice. Right, the next thing that's quite related to furniture would be household appliances. Right, my dryer actually spoiled a few months ago and I've been procrastinating on replacing it. So I think that would be something that I'll look to replace before the GST hike hits. And if your fridge is getting a little old and you have intention of changing it, 2% on the fridge can come up to quite a lot of money, so it's a good time to consider replacing it before the GST increase hits. Another obvious choice would be to buy electronics before the GST increases, and my laptop is almost 5 years old, my iPad is almost 5 years old, and my phone is 3 years old. So I think this year will be the year that I have to make a lot of upgrades and replacements, and I hope that Apple releases new stuff before the GST increases. Right, but if you have no need for a new laptop, do not go out and buy yourself a laptop just because of the 2% increase. You are obviously wasting more money in the long run. So don't use the GST increase as an excuse to buy new things. So if you're looking to tie the knot with your partner or you want to push them with a decision, now could be a good time for you to buy your wedding packages, because wedding packages actually involve a lot of GST, things like the banquet, things like your photography. All these may or may not involve GST depending on the vendor that you hire. Now I think it goes without saying that like any financial decision, don't make a hasty decision just because you want to save 2% GST. Not that I personally recommend it because driving is very expensive in Singapore. If you have the intention of buying a car, now is as good a time as any to buy one before the GST increases by 2 percentage points. Because if the car is $70,000, 2% is $1,400, a substantial increase in price due to the GST hike. So if you have been eyeing that Tesla, which costs more than $100 over $1,000, 2% GST on that is more than $2,000 over dollars. Yikes. Another useful suggestion that my friend offered would be to renew your packages with your massage parlor, with your beauty salon, maybe your gym membership, right? Because those can be quite pricey if you buy 1 or 2 years worth, and the GST savings will of course be quite substantial. But do take note, you also run the counterparty risk, right? If that particular company collapses and your money is tied up in a package with them, you may run the risk of not being able to get back your money. So yeah, balance accordingly, don't prepay for too long. So before I proceed, I just got a text message from PM Lee saying that he will delay the GST increase by a day for every like this video gets. Right, so the like button is right there. Okay, if you don't want additional 2% GST, you know what to do.
Please ignore him. Pofma will catch you.
Now, aside from the obvious of buying things before the GST hike, I think now would be a good time for you to up your cashback game. Now, I have always been a proponent of maximizing your card rewards, and I think the GST hike will push more people towards this game because you can actually get substantial savings by using a cashback or points card. Now, I know of people who grouse about the GST hike and yet don't use cards optimally to earn themselves higher cashback. So I'm a bit puzzled because when you don't earn cashback as optimally as you could, you're actually leaving as much as 4 to maybe even 8% cashback on the table. And that's even worse than a 2% GST hike if you ask me. So if you're someone who have been buying your groceries either without a cashback card or like 2% cashback, you are actually leaving 8% cashback on the table if you don't listen to my previous video on how to get 8% cashback on your grocery purchase. When you can get 8% cashback, why is 2% GST? Right, your 8% cashback can more or less defray the total amount of 9% GST. Not enough, right? Add the Instagram Amaze card to it and you get additional 1%. So just nice, 9% cashback nullifies the 9% GST. Now, I feel I'm nagging because I mentioned this before, but you should pick up a side hustle before the GST increase. Now, any added income can supplement your main income to defray the higher cost of living, and who knows what kind of income streams you can unlock. Also, related to side hustles, I think you can go for upgrading courses to increase your skill proficiency, pick up a new skill so that you can either get pay raises or find jobs with better pay. And the cost for such courses, if they are GST registered, right, you can also pay for them before the GST hike and save on that 2% before that 2% hits. Of course, when the GST increase finally takes effect, we can choose to support companies that don't charge GST. GST is only compulsory for bigger companies with an annual turnover of $1 million or above, right? So smaller companies actually do not have to charge their customers GST, and we can choose to support such businesses instead. So do you have any suggestions on how to cope with higher GST aside from voting PAP out? Let me know in the comments below. Right, as usual, subscribe to my Telegram if you like my content. Leave a like, it really means a lot. Even better if you can leave a comment. And I'll see you next video. To be perfectly honest, I feel that 2% increase in GST is actually not that bad. It's not the end of the world, right? The country needs added revenue to support schemes to support elderly people, to increase healthcare infrastructure, etc. Right, but I really do wonder why they don't impose wealth taxes on the ultra rich instead. I feel like making the middle class pay more tax and each time is really not the solution. We are getting taxed left and right. First, income tax. Now, ultra rich people don't even pay income tax because they earn their money through capital gains, and we don't have capital gains tax. We also don't have estate tax, right? So, is there really a need to increase GST? Food for thought.